All right, so here today, thought I'd make my my final video on Neon over here. I won't try to test her anymore. I tested her. All right, I've done 2 testing videos. I've given you plenty of tests. I give you my also thoughts on like maybe Shift Up will see this and say like, you know what, she's bugged. No, they haven't. They haven't said a word. Don't think it's happening. My final video on Neon over here. I can't test her anymore. Physically, I can't. People say like, oh, come on, release more videos testing characters. We'd like to see it more. I physically can't text her. Text her. Damn it, test her anymore. Because, again, she is very weird. I think it's her burst that's dragging her down and the multipliers. I think that's the problem with her. But really, at the end of the day, she's just good for waifu. Just summon for her as a waifu character, have her in the display over here, and when here and there, like a water weak point content comes out, maybe you use her, maybe you don't. I mean, at the end of the day, it is bound to happen. We get a terrible Nikke. It does suck that a Nikke of that design, my favorite design, is going to be butchered like that. I was considering pitying. I was. I'm not going to now. Maybe it's a sign from the Nikke gods to tell us, you know what, save for near or something like that. I don't even know, but. I do want to share the community opinion. Let's jump into it. If you're new to the channel, leave, subscribe, helps out a ton. Let's hop over there. So I held a poll over here recently. It got 425 votes. It's only been 11 hours right now. But I could have waited till morning to do this. But I do want to like at least check it now. Basically, you already kind of have the consensus. She's voted to be really underwhelming. 4% says she's crazy DPS, solid unit, very strong. They're thinking with the design in mind. I know they are. Because whales have tested her, people have like gotten her dupes and then have tested her, and she just falls short. Like regardless of what you do for her, she should be doing way more. It doesn't matter what she does, she should be doing way more for all of the things you're providing for her. Like you're giving her everything, you're giving her like the platter of everything to do good, and she just falls short. Simple as that. Even if you don't burst, people are saying like don't burst, fix the team comp, force like buffers on her. It doesn't work. Regardless of what you say, she should just work like that. She's getting buffed by Mary with her buffs kicking in. Her just burst is whack. That's what it is. I think it's the burst and then some multipliers on top of that, which are really dragging her down genuinely. Then 90% said meh, not bad, not good, just meh. Which again, I mean, you can argue that in a way that she's just meh. You know, it's like she's not gonna break the game. It's just the problem with it is when you do have Mary, you're expecting more than meh. You're expecting I just summoned potentially 200 summons into a banner to get Mary to buff Neon, but that doesn't happen. It's like there's no actual work being put into the character, or the character's not putting any work into the enemy. What's the point, right? And then 7% basically said really underwhelming, needs a buff ASAP. That's what it is. Simple as that. That is what it is. Correct? So out of 425 votes, about almost, you could say 80%, has gone down and says, yeah, she's underwhelming. She kind of needs a buff. Which again, I don't think they're going to buff her. Look, Rosanna is a character that also exists. Unless they change like the whole meta with a PvP character in the future, forcing MGs to be just broken, insane, or something like that. Rosanna also is just mid at best, and not even mid at best. In PvE, she flunks, and elsewhere in PvP, she has potential, but also flunks due to the meta. So with her, she also is not going to get buffed. There is no buff yet. It's been, what, 3 weeks, 4-ish weeks since her banner release. There is no buff. So as simple as that, I don't think this character will get buffed. I hope they do respond and say like, yeah, maybe the multipliers are off. Let's just rework the burst. Let's leave the character as is, but just fix the burst. We're not asking again for a broken character, but at least make her usable. And like, you're buying 2 characters basically to make the kit work, and at that it doesn't work, right? That's where the problem comes in. I didn't need an OP character, but after months and months of Tetra finally having an Elysian, I keep butchering that, I'm sorry. Burst attacker or B attacker to help with the damn tower. Not what I was expecting, basically. So, I don't really know. It was bad. Simple as that. My only gripe with her is her burst projectile being so slow and the enemies can easily dodge it. Otherwise, I'm fine with her not being meta. It just feels so bad missing enemies, and yeah, people can do advanced firing, but that means all of the Nikkes will miss their shots. Pretty simple. When people rolled for her knowing how bad she is, why people asking for a buff suddenly? If the character gets buffed, then the game would be boring since it's too easy. I mean, wait, what? If all characters get what, just don't make a bad character. I mean, I hearted that comment. I didn't read it at the time, but then I see what you're saying. But you know, there's a thing called mid, right? You don't have to make a character terrible to make her mid. And I know no one cares. No one's asking for a broken character. She's designed to stomp one content, which is already such a niche content. Allow her to at least stomp that content, right? Like, at least allow her to do something in the niche content. Like, you're thinking about it, like 20% of the game is water, if you'll say, because there's other elements. It's not 20%. It's not like 80% water. It's 20% water, weak point, right? So at least let her do good in her 20% that she's designed for when you're summoning for 2 units for her. But I mean, I know what you're saying, but Blanc and Noir is there, right? Those are your characters that you want to go and stomp the game with. You have Dorothy, go stomp the game with her. Just don't make like the waifu characters so terrible. They know people are going to summon for design. They knew that. They knew going in that people were going to like wail for her design, which it's a great design. I still want to pull for her, which is sad. Maybe I'm down bad boys. Maybe that's what it is. But I mean, just don't make her terrible, right? And again, I just almost disliked them, my bad. But I see what you're saying. I definitely do. To be honest, it feels like the damage formula we have is dog water, crit is dog water. Exactly. I read this actually earlier, and it does make a lot of sense. I mean, I'm gonna get her because she's baddie, not in the battlefield. Exactly. See, this is what I'm talking about. This man gets a like right there. But yeah, exactly. The design though, exactly, dog. I should have put a waifu meta choice, but and yeah, over here, bro, she's so bad at shooting like wet noodles. I don't know, man. She's a little weird. All right, but as a character, as it is, I know I've already talked about this so much. You probably have my opinion like just wearing down because I've consistently said it. Just, you know, in the future, hopefully they make limited characters just not terrible. Just make them mid. No one cares for broken characters. Just let us use the character elsewhere. Mary is, again, we were okay letting her be niche because she may be good in that niche content and she'll be fun to use a Nilister here and there in water weak point bosses, right? And fire bosses, basically, right? That's the entire idea for her. So we're okay with that. Like, okay, let that happen. But don't make her bad in the content she's designed for, yeah? That's the point. Because other water characters out DPS her. Let's say 2 months from now you get a water character. There's a very high chance she's just going to out DPS a character meant to buff herself and to do damage, yeah? That's the whole point. But I do see what everybody's saying. And again, I did hope that more people did put their comments here and let me know. But in the future, if I do put out a community post, there's a chance I make it into a video. So just check it out and leave a comment if you think anything. In my videos, I should also like check out my videos. There has been like a few comments also giving like their opinion there. Let me hop there real quick. So hopping over here, this was my first video that I did like on the showcase. So my comment was there at 33 likes it got. Yes, I like my own comments, deal with it. Neon, waifu, what is it, and design. I said basically she's just insane design. The gameplay is not working. They smoked something before releasing her. It's weird, right? And again, limited characters get this fate. It's just depending on how you take it, because you don't want a broken limited character, but I still don't want a terrible one. The damage should be at least 2.5 times what she does. Feels like the kid is bugged, which is kind of true. Neon and Modernia's bursts are both AoE, and Neon is more of a cannon rather than that. Both of their bursts have the same effect if only used on a boss and single target. It reduces their entire DPS, while their passives are the one that actually carries the damage to a whole another level, like in Modernia's in the second shot and stacking crit damage multiplier, and Neon is a damage multiplier specifically to the parts of bosses. But her burst still sucks, right? Yeah, I get it, but her burst just doesn't do anything, regardless of that. Yeah, Modernia's passive allows her to keep on doing stuff, but the 7 shots, you're like, it's like the new norm and the new statement is don't burst with Neon. Don't even burst with her. There's no point in bursting with her because you're losing so much damage potential. It is not even worth it. So that is there. Let's see. My guess is they turned her burst potency for a machine gun and decided to change it to water cannon, and due to the comedy of errors, forgot to adjust the change, or she's actually a joke character. If she's a joke character, what the fudge? Dude, what is it? Privity. Oh, not Privity. What's her name? Shifty. Shifty's a joke character. You can't even summon her. And it was fun. It was a meme. Don't make a character that's like a banner character a meme. Imagine that is the case, though. That would be hilarious. But, yeah. I see what you mean. Feels like her burst is just a huge DPS loss. Exactly. This is true. And again, people that tested her just say don't burst with her. Just do not burst with her. So that's there. Initial testing from a lot of people say skip unless you want to pull it. I've had whales test her, and they just, again, when all else fails, trust the whale. When all else fails, trust the whale. And the whales have said, I duped her out and I regret duping her out because she just doesn't kind of work in what she's designed to. It's like, even with all of that, it's just depressing, right? Maybe they're planning on buffing code weaknesses. Again, even if they do that, it's just maybe she herself needs a little, like, maybe it's something with her kit. Maybe it's something with her kit. We don't know. Poor Neon deserves better, 100%. And you know what it does? It scares me for like SSR Rapi or SSR Anise. Whenever that actually happens, we're screwed. They're gonna get like the worst character kits ever. If they do that to Neon, what are they gonna do to the other two? I'm so curious. But yeah, that's just a quick talk. Community also agrees in some sort of format. Again, maybe the testing's a little flawed, but I've seen so many people test. I've seen Whales test. I've seen Belugas test. I've seen Free to Play's test. It's just they're not coming up with like the right number she should be doing. She should be doing more, but again, it's how you look at it. It could be just okay for what it is, but I do think that maybe they should relook at it. Just at least fix the burst. I think the burst is where it is, and some of the multipliers. And you could come up with a better idea for the kit. Again, I'm not saying make a broken character. I don't want that. Nobody wants that. No one ever wants that. Just make her better than what she is right now. Just that's it. But yeah, let me know. Do you agree with that? Let me know your thoughts and opinions down below. But yeah, that's really been it. Thanks again for watching. And this will be my final video on the topic. Yeah, I'm done with Neon. All right, I tested her as much as I could. And I've tried my best. I've really tried my best here. So I failed, I guess.